Oh, it hooks, it's good. Hey everybody, Brooks from DragTimes, the Arm Packet, Hennessy Performance, and behind me here is the Lucid Air Dream Edition, and what we got for you today is a quick review, and of course, DragTime style and at Hennessy, performance testing. This will be the first performance test you've seen on the Lucid Air. This has two motors, 1111 horsepower, motor in the front, motor in the back. No one's done any performance testing. We're thinking it goes somewhere in the 9s. Now it's got more horsepower than the Plaid. Let's jump in. We're gonna talk with Sanjay, the owner of this car. He's got a lot of experience with it. Go over all the kind of cool features, and then let's see what the Lucid's all about. About a year ago, we did the first SF90 versus 765 LT. He is a huge electric car fan and gas fan. He's got a whole host of amazing cars. He actually owns the Plaid, the Lucid Air Dream Edition, and the Taycan Turbo S. We're just gonna go through it because he knows a lot more about the car because you've been driving for a couple weeks now. 800 miles on it. Now, they have two versions of this. One has more range but less horsepower.
This is the performance. So this is 1111 horsepower. I think 470 is what they claim range, although I'm seeing like 425 on the when it's fully charged. And the non-performance has 930-ish horsepower. I think the range is 510 or 520.
Yeah, but you gotta go for all the horsepower.
You gotta go for it. I mean, that's not even a question.
Of course.
And you gotta get the 21s. If you want the 500 plus mile range, you gotta get the 19s.
Oh, so we gotta get the big wheels.
Yeah.
All right, so let's check it out real quick. Now, it's got a cool feature on the front when you turn it on. It has a kind of an opening sequence in the front. There you go, we got Lucid. I can see a camera in the front. It does have autopilot features, but I'm told that those are not activated as of yet. So I'm sure there's a full host of software updates coming from the car.
You got the usual B-pillar camera, but you've also got the rearview mirror cameras. So when you signal left or right, that will turn on and show up on the side of your speedometer, left or right.
Real cool. Yeah, Tesla just came out with an update for that, but you kind of got to look down
center screen.
To the center screen.
This does it on the center.
Okay, gotcha. So you got camera there. I saw a camera in the front. I'm sure you got probably cameras up here as well. Yeah, I see a couple there. So this is definitely bigger than the Model S. I would equate it to kind of like a 7 Series BMW, and look at that. It's got a power front hatch. That would be awesome to have in Tesla. We've wanted that for a long time. You kind of got to close it, and it's kind of hard.
And because the motors are so tiny, you got way more space.
Oh, there's a ton more space in here than the Plaid. Wow.
It's kind of like an early P85 car. The rear-wheel drive ones, they had a big trunk. Like that.
So checking out onto the inside, we'll kind of open up both doors, and so you can see kind of the size that you get with this car. What's the color of this?
It's called Eureka Gold.
Eureka Gold.
It's unique only to the Dream Edition.
Gotcha. So you can see we got some ambient lighting going on down there. Definitely a lot of legroom. I mean, jumping in here.
And that's with the front seat.
And that's with the front seat back. I mean, I got a ton of legroom right here. It is a lot of space. We got a small screen down here. Oh, we got power sunshades on the side.
Side and rear. Okay,
cool.
Ready? Yeah, here we go.
So we got rear sunshade. So these are some of the features you see in kind of Mercedes and BMW that kind of...
The side ones, I think you have to do them.
The side ones we have, are they power as well?
Yeah.
Another note on the wheels, why would you want to remove the aero bits?
I think maybe for track use, you'll get more radial, just cooling.
Okay. So these panels actually pop off, and you can kind of see the brakes in there behind there.
You want to see the caliper?
If you want to see, it's actually got some pretty large brakes in there. There you go.
It's a little more aggressive looking without them.
Right, but I wonder how much range you lose with those.
Yeah.
That actually matters quite a bit. They design a lot of these wheels with a lot of aero bits in mind. So now we'll hop in the driver's seat and just check out some of the screens. I believe this is a 5K front screen all the way across the front. And we got a normal steering wheel, which is nice, no yoke. What is your opinion, yoke versus regular?
I don't mind the yoke. I just want the capacitive buttons. That's what really bothers me.
Oh, the buttons are bad. No,
especially flash
I agree.
to pass. As much as you're flashing left lane squatters in a Plaid.
And no horn. I like to have a horn here too,
so
right?
I like this better.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The autopilot equivalent will be here. They call it Dream Drive. But it's not active yet. The software's not there yet.
Gotcha.
And then this is your volume control. To me, it reminds me of a K&N conical filter. I don't know
yeah, look at that. Right, yeah.
But what's nice is you've got redundant physical buttons here. So you got volume and temperature and stuff like that. So it's not all on the screen.
Oh, so this is your oh, that's a nice slider. Yeah, I like that. So you can see sliding up and down volume.
And dual zone climate control.
Okay.
Which is kind of nice
That's definitely nice. So it's a mix of touchscreen and buttons, which is nice.
Which is good because this is early software, but the screen's a little laggy at times.
Okay.
So like I just clicked that. Look, we're still waiting 1000, 1000, kind of.
Okay.
Not super fast. Then you got massage. You got heated seats here. You've got, of course, all the usual climate controls, dual zone. But then if you want to go to, and heated and cooled, obviously. And then if you go to your massage, it's a little bit clunky. You got to go here, main screen, then you hit massage.
Okay.
And then you've got, it's like an S-Class where you have not just one massage, but all these different types.
Okay, there we go.
And then when you start it, it puts you on a timer.
Oh, I feel it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
is it on both sides?
It's on both sides, yeah.
So you're feeling it now?
No, well, I can, right now I'm off, but I can turn it on.
Oh, yeah. No, it's, feels nice.
It actually feels pretty good.
That's cool.
When you combine it with the heat, it makes it really nice.
Yeah. And this is a really nice resolution screen actually up here. I believe they said it's 5K. Did you read that too?
You can probably put your foot in the brake and signal left and right, see if it puts the cameras on for you.
This is a signal?
Your regular
signal. Oh, regular signals, okay.
I'm sorry, your left side. I'm on the right side.
I have to probably close the door. There we go. These have soft closed doors?
Soft closed doors.
Oh, look, see, that's nice touch too. Yeah, very nice, okay.
So just signal left and right, and you should be able to see the camera. That's
no, signal's over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not driving the RX-7.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe put it in gear, foot on the brake. And just
we might not with the front open.
Let's try it. Just put it in drive.
Okay, we're in drive now.
So that gives you got your full.
Oh, so this is nice. We got a full 360 view.
Which you can hit the different buttons and see all the perspectives.
Oh,
and actually, when you move, it actually animates the wheels. The wheels actually spin.
Ah, that's cool. So you can kind of cycle through here.
Yeah.
This is kind of, I mean, with all the cameras that these cars have, this is kind of a must-have.
There's no reason they don't
I
do
mean,
that,
Tesla's quite a ways behind with this kind of stuff. That's really cool.
Right.
And then, let's see, left signal.
Yeah, I think let me
I think we have to close the hood. Now we can close the front remotely from here.
Go to open.
Okay.
Opening seat says it's open, so we just shut it, motorized down.
There you go.
It should, when you signal left and right, you should get the, yeah, there you go.
There you go. So you can either look out the mirror or you can look out right there. And if I go right, where does it show up? That's kind of in my, this is kind of in my, yeah, it's blocking a little bit.
A yoke would actually make sense there, right?
It would, right? Yeah, I mean, I could move my seat up a little bit and maybe move the steering wheel up to adjust for that. But yeah, not bad.
And of course, that's just like the Taycan.
Okay. Now it says driving power reduced. We don't want that, huh? What does that mean?
I don't know why it's doing that. I'm sure when we get out there, it'll be fine.
Okay. Some of the infotainment here.
So when you start out, you're on your home screen here, which just gives you, your general stuff. When you go to, you have a choice of nav or stereo or phone. And so this screen is kind of small. I find it not as functional as the Tesla screen. But if you want more information, you can actually drag this down, and then it brings it to the lower screen.
That's a nice. That's actually a nice thing.
Which is a very nice thing. But what I would expect it to do is then if I put nav up here, you would leave your radio down here. But for right now, the software is kind of in its infancy. So you go to the nav. It takes a minute to load, which is a little bit slow. But then it puts it on both screens. So you can do the same thing here, where you can drag the nav up and down, but you should be able to have stereo and nav separately. I'm sure it'll come out in an update, but for right now it's
almost like where you can move around different modules, right?
And another interesting thing you can do is your range map, because this car, the big claim to fame is the range. This is going to show us that is the cloud. I can drive halfway through Oklahoma from Houston right now.
Wow.
I can make it in the almost to the Alabama border.
Mark there, yeah. That almost looks like a weather map.
Right? Exactly.
I always thought they should have, with all these advanced maps, like if you know you're driving into a storm, you should see how bad it is and like how long it's going to be.
There's no reason you can't.
Yeah, I bring up Waze. Now I bring up like my radar scope and Waze and try and overlay what I'm doing on trips.
On the Plaid, you can just put your web browser on and put
That's
weather.com.
True. Yeah, you can. Does this have a web browser as well?
It doesn't as yet. I'm sure it will at some point.
Gotcha.
But not yet. So down here, you've got your standard screen. Go back to this. So over here, this is your main thing. You have your driving modes. Smooth. It defaults to smooth every time. It doesn't, like the Plaid will stay in Plaid.
Okay.
This will not. So you go back to.
So these are like chill mode, fast and like real fast. Okay.
Exactly. And it's actually tied into the suspension as well. So like what I like doing on the Plaid or even on the Taycans, I want full power, snappy throttle, but soft suspension.
Right.
On this one, right now they're linked. So you get, if you want Sprint, you also get the stiffer suspension.
Okay.
You can't unlink them, but again, early software.
Sure. Now, does it change any displays when you're in different modes?
It changes some colors and themes and things like that. And then Sprint, it actually requires you to, the lawyers have their little screen here.
Okay, Sprint.
So
enables maximum power and torque, recommended by skilled advanced drivers. That's definitely you. And Lucid summer tires installed.
Lucid, then you confirm it.
Okay.
and then you're in sprint mode.
Now we're in sprint
which is
mode.
what we'll be using later.
Okay, none of this changes up here.
But as far as what you were asking earlier about the themes, that's where so right now you can see a little bit of the color. You got the LEDs here.
Right.
And they're also, you can see them in the door pulls.
Yeah, I can see them down here, yeah.
In the dark you see it better. So that's escape, then you have wonder, which
look at this.
This kind of matches the outside of the car.
Sure.
That's the color. And it's same thing up here. You get
you can see it changing in the back too. Yeah. It's actually, wow, that really big back seat back there. And then, so what's the power?
That's, I think that just turns everything on.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Power. And then
space.
And then you've got all these different themes and stuff that you can do.
Okay.
And then that's basically it here. And then the only other thing is your charging menu. And then the other thing it'll do, which gives you some extra space. So we started at 425, and it's just been sitting for a day. We're down to 395. The car hasn't even been driven.
So a little phantom drain.
So a little bit of drain.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if you need some more space, one thing you do is retract this screen.
Oh, look at that.
So you've got a little cubby.
It's kind of hard to see in there, but
there you go.
Oh, so it's
a pretty good size.
Okay. So for Texas, you keep your standard Texas stuff in there?
Right.
Okay.
And then you've got nice wood, and the materials, you've got this wood here.
Yeah.
And then you've got, and what other thing is nice is I love having physical buttons.
Yeah.
Physical
to move the air.
It's not having to go to a touchscreen.
Not having to touchscreen.
And it's got some interesting fabrics down here.
I noticed that on the door. It's got like a Alcantara panel here.
And like a linen or
and
something.
Like
some kind of a, like a 1980s suit or something
and
like that.
And then all nice Alcantara up here. One notice is it's got a full glass roof here, and they just kind of stick on the visors here. In the X, I think they come up from the side.
Which would have been nicer, because when you fold it to the side, the X, you don't have this.
Yeah, you got a little nodule right there.
Ideal.
Right, yep. But still, I mean, inside, I'm not going to lie, it's very high quality. I mean, I would say it's definitely a little step up of luxury above what you would expect in the Tesla. It's definitely a different take on it.
And that also is translated on the road. It just, the impact harshness, the smoothness, it's solid. It feels like a good solid German sedan, a little bit smoother than the Tesla.
It feels fast?
We drive
We'll find out.
We drive plaids.
Yeah.
It still feels fast.
Plaids, Ferraris, SF90s, I mean, we got them all. But I mean, with 1,100 horsepower, I think it weighs a little bit more than the Plaid.
It's 400 pounds.
It's 400 pounds heavier?
200 versus 48.
So with an extra 100, I don't know if that makes it up at all of it, but it makes up for some of it.
Yeah, I don't think it makes that much up.
No?
It's fast.
Well, I think that's a really good overview of kind of inside. I think we should take it for a drive, just get a little experience on that. How do you lower this back down? You just touch it?
Hit that button, that little arrow.
That little arrow, okay. It's almost like an iPad. Just, wow, very nice. And then, of course, where do you go to the modes again to get the sprint?
Hit that main button.
Main button.
Oh, and we're already there, so we go to themes.
Themes.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We want to go to the modes, so we go back to... there we go. So we're still in sprint.
We're still in sprint
We haven't
mode.
shut the car off yet.
Okay, gotcha. And then this is for parking. That's your 360 view, which we kind of looked at that. And then audio, it's got all the, so if I want to go to audio.
So you go back, we close this out, and we go, so audio is essentially
I see a
radio
button there, so you click on that.
So that brings
and then we got AM, FM, Bluetooth, Spotify.
And it's got Tidal.
Tidal.
Which I guess Tesla now has.
We did just get that. I don't even know if that's like a high quality streaming service.
It's better than Spotify, just for the audio files.
Gotcha. It looks like we have another page.
And then if you want to have more information, then you just slide it down, and then you get it. And then you
get back over here.
You can scroll.
Okay, gotcha. And then
here, this is all your. So this is basically, it actually has things like facial recognition, like an old iPhone would.
So what? To drive the car looks at your face?
Yep.
So you don't need a key?
That's right.
Really?
That's right. It's got a camera, because it's got a camera to monitor driver drowsiness.
Okay. So where's that camera at?
It's probably up here.
So you have to look up here? Have you tried it yet?
I haven't.
The facial recognition?
Well, I haven't. The facial recognition programmed itself, but because there's no autopilot yet, it hasn't been brought online.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
But it does have, if you go to safety and security, I think it has, well, not that one. It has, so for Dream Drive, you got your drowsy driver, distracted driver, but I haven't tried all that out.
Okay. Blind spot warning, visual audio, speed limit alert, lane protection, cruising speed update. Let's see, applications. Those are the kind of
It's
audio
got Alexa,
stuff.
so you can use,
it's got Alexa. Okay.
And then the one slight disappointment I have so far is the audio system. It's supposed to be just amazing thing, which the imaging is good, but it doesn't have an equalizer yet, so you can't adjust your frequencies, and the bass is a little weak. It doesn't have the like the Plaid stereo, and the Taycan Burmester especially is awesome.
Okay.
But the Plaid is okay. This is not as good.
Gotcha. Yeah, Plaid's got like a 22 speaker, big subwoofer.
And it's got decent like mid bass in the doors, whereas this it's a little lacking. Maybe they can fix that with software.
Probably in software. Yeah, I'm sure they can easily add some
Because even the Tesla only got the subwoofer output later on with an update.
Right.
So hopefully like that.
So no autopilot yet.
Yeah.
But that's coming. Did they tell you when?
They said January.
But it has cruise control.
Probably. I haven't tried it.
Haven't tried that? So it probably has like a distance.
Well, I'll tell you, those
no
buttons don't work yet. So I don't.
None of these buttons work yet.
They just don't do anything yet.
Okay.
Although it just got a new software update before we brought it out here, so it's possible.
So these aren't haptic; they're real buttons.
They're real. They look like they should.
They look like they're haptic.
And then I think that the left wheel will be for probably the distance.
Yeah. That's a nice feel. The buttons have a nice.
And if you tap it, that's actually a button in the thing, and that'll pause the music.
That pauses the music up and down. And then there's another volume knob up here, which is kind of cool. I like that. Nothing on the back of the steering wheel. And you got real stalks, so you can use turn signals without having to look for things.
And steering wheel adjustment is through the main menu, so you have to go here.
Okay.
And you go to steering, so then it's all done via.
Yeah, kind of like the Tesla.
Kind of like the Tesla, except you don't use the wheel buttons.
So we got soft closed doors. This is a electrical release that pops out, but if there was a power problem, you would actually pull. Oh yeah, I can feel it. There's another stop right there to open it all the way. So that's pretty cool too. And of course, yeah, soft closed doors. That's a really nice car to have. The sticker on this price was $168,000, so a little more than the Plaid.
Yeah,
about
quite a bit
15,000,
more.
20,000 more. Trunk is like this whole back piece that kind of opens up. That's remote controlled as well. So a little less flexible, I think, than the Tesla.
And not
almost
being a
like the Model 3, because it's not a hatchback, right?
But it's got quite a bit of space because again the motors are so small. You got all the
right. Oh yeah, it's a big compartment down here, and then in there. And does that drop down to have a pass-through if you need it? It looks like it.
It does. Yeah, it does.
And the seats fold down.
Seats fold down.
Okay.
And then you've got redundant brake lights, so that's required by law because the other brake lights when the trunk lid is up, you wouldn't.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's definitely a weird trunk piece. Like the whole trunk kind of pops up back there.
Nice low lift over. Yeah.
We got a glass roof. Looks like almost spaces for a roof rack if you wanted to right there.
And this is all aluminum. No matter what color you get, the roof is all
all aluminum? Okay, gotcha. All right, so the charging port's over on the left side here. This is the kind of the charging port that everyone uses but Tesla. So if you use both sides, it goes up to how fast?
This is a J1772 port. So because it's a 900 volt architecture, on a rapid charger, it could take 350.
Oh wow, 350.
350.
Okay, so Electrify America, I think has 350.
They do in theory, although finding one is another story.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, because the Taycan was 800 volt.
That does 300 though, right?
That'll do, I think, 250-ish.
Oh, but I thought they said 300 at the beginning.
I've never seen it do more than 250. Porsche may say something different. I've actually seen 250 briefly out of the Plaids, just real briefly. But the key thing is it's kind of like horsepower. It's not just the peak, it's area under the curve.
I've definitely seen 250 out of mine, but only when it's low on charge, only for a couple minutes.
The problem with Electrify America is even the ones that say 350 a lot of times don't deliver it. I haven't seen it. But that was 800 volt. This is 924 volt.
Right.
So in theory, you can accept 350 watts of power. Kilowatts of power.
All right, so we're going to go out and test the Lucid Air, and then, I mean, look what we got in back of me here. We got John Hennessy, and he's going electric too, right?
Because of you.
He just bought a brand new Plaid, and then Sanjay brought his Taycan Turbo S.
Hey man, 3 cars with almost 3,000 horsepower.
That's crazy.
What could possibly go wrong?
I know, right? So I think we might have to line these up. Let's see what happens after we get a test out of the Lucid. All right, so I'm about to do the first test on the Lucid Air, 1111 horsepower. We have it in sprint mode, test with the launch control. Basically, there's nothing to do. There's no warm-ups or waiting for the battery to heat up. You just left foot brake it and apply the throttle. And what you get is this right here. It says sprint launch mode activated with a little bear and a flag, and then we will be off and running. Launch control activated. Go. Oh, it hooks, it's good. Go. Oh, it hooks. It's good.
30, 60. Quarter mile.
Wow. It feels good, no doubt. Brakes are good. Definitely got to get on the brakes. This car's going 150 right there. All right, so what are the guesses?
985.
985.
972.
972.
I'm gonna say a 984.
10-2.
10-2.
10.2.
Bring on the Taycan.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, wow.
That's
So
okay. What was the mile an hour?
143.
Okay.
So it's got
With
a lot
massive
more
tailwind.
with a tailwind.
A
Yeah,
lot more mile an hour than Taycan.
it's a lot more mile an hour. It's just the launch. It's just
you spun. I'm telling you, you spun.
Yeah.
You spun.
yeah, but not a lot.
60 foot.
60 0 to 60 was 2.9, 2.7 with the
Okay.
rollout. What do they say? 2.5 to 60?
Yeah.
So it's not far off what they say.
So I told you, it doesn't feel that much faster than Taycan.
So
Wow.
the Taycan and this is going to be a great
And
race.
that was with launch mode. It had the little blue bear.
It had the
on it.
little blue bear and everything. Yeah. The only thing is maybe we could try 0 to 60 farther up and see if it doesn't spin like on the blacktop.